Hello everyone and welcome to the Ingles table. I'm Deborah Adams and today I'm going to show you how to make my zucchini squash gratin. I have everything I need from the Ingles market, so let's get started. I'm going to begin by slicing some yellow squash and zucchini into about 1/8 inch thick rounds. And I have also cut a sweet onion into circles and cut those in half. And I use about 2 yellow squash and 1 zucchini per recipe. So simple as that. And these squash are beautiful. And I love the yellow ones when they don't have those big seeds in them. And this is going to be so pretty on any holiday table. It's a great side dish. And I actually have to tell you, it's my daughter's favorite side dish at Thanksgiving. So everybody likes it. It ends up with a really nice creamy texture, and the gratin topping that we're going to put on it is really crispy and flavorful, and it has some really nice herbs in it. So here we go. That looks like plenty. I'm going to put this in my big saucepan, and we're going to cover it with, we're not going to completely cover it with water, but we're going to put enough water in there to keep it moist while it cooks. And also, we're going to add some garlic. And I like to use white pepper in this particular recipe, so we're putting white pepper and salt in there. Now, I'm going to put a little water in here, and we're going to cook this for about 25 minutes, and we'll be right back and show you the next step. All right, we're back. We have our squash, our zucchini, and our onions. They have been cooking for about 25 minutes. They're tender, but they're not falling apart, and that's what we want. Now, in this pan where we cooked them, we're going to add some mayonnaise, some sour cream, and some shredded cheddar cheese. Feel free to use whatever cheese you like. Sometimes I like to use a Gruyere in this. It's really delicious. But we want to melt this all down so we can get a really good coating on our squash. This will take a few minutes. Try not to tear it up. Don't stir it a whole lot if you can help it. And there we go. This only takes a few minutes. It's an easy recipe. The only thing that's time consuming about it is cutting up your vegetables. So you can make it the day before, stick it in the refrigerator and heat it up. You're going to have a little gratin topping on it, so you'll want to cover that with aluminum foil when you do your reheating. You don't want it to get too brown. Okay. Now I like to use a little 8x8 casserole dish. If you like something not as thick, go ahead and use your 8x10, or you could even use an 8x12. Now, we have all that melted together. It's smelling delicious, so I'm going to put that in our casserole pan. And you'll see how full this pan is, so you'll know what you want to use, according to your family size, of course, and according to appetites. Some people might want a bigger serving, so this is a good pan for that. You turn off my stove. Okay, now as you see, you still see the pretty colors, the yellow and the green, and I think that's what makes this a really nice holiday casserole. I have some panko breadcrumbs, and I have some melted butter. And we're going to put those together to make our topping. You want all of your breadcrumbs coated pretty well. Okay, I think our panko breadcrumbs are coated in the butter enough. So we're going to move over here and let me show you what the final touch for this is. And it gives it a lot of extra flavor, and it gives it some pretty color too. So let's add about 2 tablespoons of dried herbs. You could use fresh herbs if you like, but I prefer these because they're already dried and they're not going to change color while they're cooking. And I'm using a mixture of parsley, basil, chives, and tarragon. You use whatever you like. Now we're going to add this to the top of our squash. And I like to do this with my fingers, and I do wash my hands before I cook, so nobody needs to worry about that. We're going to put just enough to give it a beautiful golden crust. Here we go. That one's sticking up a little bit. We don't want him to get browner than the rest. Okay, we have our topping on this. We're going to put it in the oven for 30 to 45 minutes at 350, and we'll be right back and show you the finished product. All right, and here we have our finished zucchini and squash gratin. It's ready for your next family meal, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for joining me here at the Ingles table, and be sure and check out our website for more tips, tricks, and recipes. I'll see you next time.